here's the new payloader here. A couple things wrong with it right off the bat. Grapple fork is wrong. Wrong grapple fork. It's only 96 inches, it's supposed to be 103. I think the only piece that needs to be changed out is this bar here. Supposed to be a longer bar. Pretty much the same grapple as was on our old payloader, except what we did to extend it is we added spacers in here. You know, big, thick inch spacers, plates, to widen the grab fork on that thing. This thing's a little bit bigger bucket on this thing, so plus for hauling 3 bales, kind of need the extra width on it. So one thing wrong we noticed when it got here was wrong. So supposedly he's going to be sending us the right part. They didn't weld on the hooks up here for both sides and in the middle. Nothing there. They did put on these hooks here for our snow pusher, but no hooks up there though. That's wrong. That's about the only thing we've noticed wrong so far. Haven't really used it a whole lot, just used it a little bit here. Fed cows with it a couple bales one day just to see how it runs initially and whatnot. But oh yeah, another thing is I don't have the owner pin because this is a keyless thing. You just use the number pad. It requires a login, you know, but you can set other operators in there. But we only have the one pin for one operator on there, but it's not the owner though. So got to somehow get that pin. Yeah, we did get new tires put on here. There were the tires that were originally on here. They were rough shape. We were going to have them put like 50-60% tread tires on, but you know, couldn't get the ones we were kind of looking for, you know, the tread pattern and ones that, you know, not too much cracking on it. So we couldn't really find anything, so we just ended up putting new tires on here. So that was added to the cost, I guess, but tires should be good now for a very long time. So yeah, this one's got quick attach, so we're gonna have some pallet forks coming for it, heavy duty forks we got ordered. So just have to really just go pick it up from Rock Tough. So, but yeah, we got quick attach on this thing now. It's actually pretty easy hooking up. We had, you know, the bucket was actually unhooked when it came here on the trailer and hooked it up. It's pretty easy. It's nice visibility looking up here, really nice visibility. So cleaned it up somewhat. You know, when it came here, it was pretty salty, you know, foggy, and pressure wash it off as best we can and clean the cab a little bit and just trying to get a decent once over on it, you know, cleaning it up somewhat. There's some, I don't know if it's clay or something, some nooks and crannies. There's a little bit of caked oil in the engine compartment down below on top of that plate. The plate's got underneath, that heavy plate underneath should be dropped down sometime this spring or summer. Clean that out. There's some gunk by the fuel tank there and it should be cleaned up. But like, there's a couple nooks and crannies where there's some stuff stuck in there yet, but yeah, it needs a little bit of detail work yet. We're working with a few dealerships. We're actually looking at some 544s too. Dad wasn't sure which one he wanted to go with. He's kind of second guessing himself right now too. He said maybe he should have went with a 544 instead. Set in stone now, but so we just ended up going with the 624L instead. I think this dealership, I'm not going to say their names yet, just to wait till things are done, you know. Things are done here, and if they help solve any problems you might have with it, you know, find out. Yeah, but at least for this dealership, it just seems like the detail work wasn't as good as we were hoping it would be compared to the other two payloaders we looked at. But this payloader, it's technically the same. Well, it's much newer series versus our old payloader was a 1990 model. So, but would have been more on par with our old payloader. Would have been a 544. The 544s were a little bit lighter, less weight, just a little bit, but of course more horsepower. You know, compared to the older series. They have the newer machines have a lot more power. So 544 might have been a little bit more on par. It would have been a little bit lighter. Dad went with the 624L for now. He went with the bigger. It's a few thousand pounds heavier. I think it's a little bit longer. It almost feels like it's a little bit wider. It might be the same width yet, but it feels bigger. It feels bigger, but close to 9,000 hours on this machine. It's got quite a few hours on it, so in that short amount of time. So it's been used quite a bit. It was one of the more higher hour machines that we were looking at. So, but it is the newest like model year. It is the newest one that we were looking at. So, but Dad's call. I think our old Payloader was just fine yet, but yeah, he just wanted something. Yeah, we got more electronic controls in here now and everything, but emissions, def crap, DPF, but just from running it just a little bit though, using it just a little bit the day came, and there is zero comparison between this Payloader and our old Payloader for comfort right now. This thing rides like a dream. It's got soft ride on here, and like I don't think I'd ever get tired of driving this machine. Like our old Payloader, yeah, you're about a couple hours, you're kind of your lower back, you'd kind of feel it a little bit. Just the ride wasn't that great on it, but this thing though, boy, like I said, there's no comparison. This thing rides smooth. Woo. So. Yeah, I don't know if I like the tinted windows or not. We took off some of the stuff here, the material here on a couple of them. I still got the back window on yet, the tint, the side windows here yet. I think this one is actually factory up here. It actually looks better quality up here. The way it's fit, it actually looks a lot better. So the front might be okay. Might not be as big of a deal, but I don't know, we'll find out though. Oh yeah, and that's right. I gotta write that down. We need a new door seal on this thing. It's a bit roughed up. Should have a new seal on that thing. That's nice. At least you can control flow rates for stuff, which is actually kind of nice because stuff was really, I didn't like the way it was, so I cranked a lot of that stuff down. So we'll see how it works now. It is in this. It's super quiet. The engine is unbelievably quiet. It's crazy. And I think this thing's in 4-wheel drive full time, I think, too. I don't think these machines must be in 4-wheel drive all the time, because there's no button here to kick it out. There's no lever, so it must be just in 4-wheel drive all the time. So I gotta double check on that. Got a couple adaptive clutch settings, makes the brake act like a clutch. Like that's kind of standard on most wheel loaders. Soft ride I got on right now. It's automatic mode. It won't kick in till it's above a certain speed that I got set at. Yeah, and I got to figure out this. This is return to dig, and this is return to carry. I think that's the one. Pretty sure. That seems a little slow. Oil's not that cold. Could be a little bit faster. It would help if, like I say, if everything was warmed up the way it should be, it would change stuff, but get to that. I'm going to put some fuel in and we'll screw around with it a little bit. Alright. Well, still confused yet. So when I do this, like the return to dig works, when I have it back like this, it will automatically do it. Yep, puts it down there. That's fine. Return to carry, I don't know how in the heck that works yet. Put this sucker just in manual mode, I guess, too. If I go manual mode, it should, yeah, be in there then. Yeah, we'll just do manual mode for now. I don't know how the hell that works. Okay, that's return to dig. Both ways are return to dig, aren't they? So both left or right are return to dig. Return to carry said it was supposed to be pushed all the way forward to the detent. that's where that play is coming in there on the... There's a lot of play on that quick attach there. I can see that. The main pins there, when it tilts down, or when I set it down, there's a lot of play in that. I don't know how a guy would stiffen that up. Huh, because that's kind of annoying when you got that slop right there. It just banes back and forth then. Yeah. I don't like that. Huh. Let's go grab this bale then. That'd be something else I gotta look into. I just don't know if it's oops. Grapple fork's pretty slow right now. Let's see if there's a load on it, what it does now. That's a little tighter now. Yeah, it's because there's no slop on there now. Until you probably get it. No, didn't do it there. Yeah, there's no slop in it there, so. It's just when it doesn't have a load on it, it wants to do that. Interesting. No. That's the horn. Why is the bucket vibrate not working? Where the hell would that be at? Yeah, bucket vibrate. Yeah, it should be there. Nothing. Well, is that button actually working? Go horn once. Yeah, it works. Huh. Doesn't actually do it. What the heck? Huh. That doesn't actually work then. Great. Okay. Why does that not work? Oh. Oh, that's interesting. When I apply the brake, I can see the hazard lights start to flicker. Huh. Why'd they do that for? That's weird. I guess I gotta do a once over on it with the greasing, make sure everything is greased on it. I noticed a couple pins not being greased yet. Some things were. Want to check, double check fluids on it again. Now we've had it running for a little bit here. But yeah, I gotta fix this fender here. See how close that fender is to that tire? I don't like that. That bracket's bent in here. I gotta just take it off and bend it. So yeah, so there's the new to us payloader. So let's see, we'll see more in action eventually. So went with John Deere again. Just I think Deere makes a pretty good payloader. I think they do. I'll admit it, coming from a guy that doesn't have that much John Deere stuff. But I think they do make pretty good wheel loaders though.